Good morning, everyone. Slow and steady here. Thanks for hiking with me today. Just passing Falls Village Community Center there and the Senior Center coming up now. It's day 99. Can you believe it? It's been a long hike. Yesterday I thought we would hit 1,500 miles, but as you know, got too hot, too tired, too sore, so we stopped a little short. But today we'll hit 1,500 miles. And if miracles happen and we feel really good, we'll hit Massachusetts too. We'll have to see how the feet feel and the heat. It's going to be high 80s again, getting close to 90. And there are 3, I think, real big climbs. But it doesn't look like a ton of small climbs. We'll just have to see how rocky everything is and go from there. This morning, everything on the tent, inside the tarp, outside the tarp, was covered in dew. So the bag and pad and everything's damp, real wet from the dew. But anyway, it was an eventless night. Got everything charged up, thanks to the toy maker for letting us crash in his backyard. And the Falls Village Inn had some great food. It's not hiker priced, but it's not outrageous. It was really good. All right, we got in the middle of the road. We're just walking the Blue Blaze back to the trail, and we'll get started. And it's a beautiful day out. It's just going to be hot. So we got started here just a little bit, just a few minutes after 6. So we can try to make some progress today before we get overheated like yesterday. So a couple hours earlier today, maybe we can get a few more miles in. Let's see. Yesterday was short. I don't know. 14 miles maybe. But I felt like I did 30. All right, stay tuned. Let's see what the day brings here. Bye. There's a view down Water Street when you're coming out of Falls Village there. And the trail is right where that board is up there. Power plant's on the left. Just some nice views of the mountains we're gonna climb over here this morning. They're not real big yet, but they tend to be steep and tough. But I think this first one today actually gives us a little break on the steepness. What we're walking on, TBD, we'll find out. All right, there's a building here. I think there's power next to the power generation. And just where that car just went in, right over there's a porta potty that there were some comments about being able to use. So we did, and people walk by, no big deal. Section outdoor shower right here. You can barely see the nozzle sticking out of the wall on the other side of this wood there. Just had a pretty cool tour inside the power plant here. This hydroelectric plant that has 3 big generators, produce 9 megawatts of power. That's where they divert the water from up there. Comes underground, spins the giant paddle wheels in here, and produces a whole lot of juice. Pretty cool. We'll see some more up here, the dam and different stuff as we get hiking. So it's been here since the 1910s something. I don't remember exactly what year, but it's been here a long time, maybe 1917. Still going strong. Nice guys here, real hiker friendly, and I've seen comments both ways. You can stay in the fields in the back and you can't, so I don't know what to tell you, but I know you can't stay at the toy maker. And in case you're like me and thought toy makers made toys for kids, that's not it. He was a motorcycle parts man and did British motorcycle repairs. All right, let's get hiking. There's a cool little bridge over here we're gonna cross. All right, we're gonna cross the Housatonic again. I think I heard some good fishing stories about a lot of this area from Mr. Shasta here. You'll see him comment a lot of good positive comments on here. Beautiful little river. There's the backside of the power plant. You can just see over there the outflow from the generators where it joins back up with the main flow of the river. All right, didn't realize how close we were, but there's another milestone in the bag. We've gone 1,500 miles. From Springer Mountain. Of course, a few more miles with the approach trail. Wow. So that's officially less than 700 miles to go now. 697 and a half, 697.4, something like that. A little bit further to go. But first, we got to get over some of these hills. And the first one's straight up, but it's short. We'll catch up real soon. Big day, 1,500, early in the morning. Maybe Massachusetts today, but I think the heat might have something to say about that and the climbs. Look at the sun. And this morning's moment of zen. All right, here's the dam and waterfalls on this side of the dam. I don't know if there's any better views, but we'll start off with this. Pretty big waterfalls, 50 feet or so. This is a little better. There's a little bit of an overlook on a really small blue blaze. It's even better moment of zen. Enjoy. Okay, last video from up there. Yeah, it's just a little side trail onto some nice dry rock that's totally safe. Check that out. All right, here's a view from the top of the first real climb today, Mount Prospect. Beautiful little picture window here over the valleys and mountains. It's the first of up to 4 big climbs today. The other 3 are much harder. This one wasn't easy and it's still cool, so we'll see. Probably do 3 of the 4. Here's the turnoff to Limestone Shelter, half a mile that way. I think somebody put 101.5 miles that way because it's straight downhill about 300 feet. So that's the one we passed up. Although the trail to get here was pretty decent. One good climb at the end of yesterday, that would have been torture. So I think it was the right call. I think I'm going the right way now. Let's see if we go down this hill. And out of the woods and into the pasture. Pretty little scene here. Whoa, look at those mountains in the background. Oh boy, I have a feeling that's where I'm going here in a few minutes, or a few hours. Lion's Head, or that mountain is right behind here. And here's Bear Mountain. So Sage's Ravine should be just to the right, probably right here. And then Mount Everett is down there, one of those big ones over here. And that's probably for tomorrow. But for now, we've got some hiking to do to see if we can get a little closer to those mountains before it gets 90 degrees out here, or 87. Here's the giant's thumb after Mount Prospect sticking up out of the ground. It's about 10 feet tall. It's another Connecticut overlook. See some church steeples poking up. And some mountains over to the right that we're going to climb today. Apparently that view is called Billy's View. Very cool. Good job, Billy. Nice view you made there. Check out this staircase in the middle of the woods. It's steep, rocky, washes out, so looks like they put something a little more semi-permanent in here. Yeah, anyway, gotta get off here. These steps are big. My knees are sore. All right, getting ready to cross Connecticut Route 44. A little map here tells us kind of where to go. Somewhere like this. Oh, we're up there, I guess. We're gonna go down here, turn left, turn right. I don't know. Maybe it'll make sense in a minute. All right, that's where we came from. Crossing through this field here, and we're getting ready to cross over Connecticut Route 44 here at this sign. Or, yeah, there we go, 18 North, across the road onto a cobbled road. I think is how this works. Yeah, there's a little Appalachian Trail sign. And a good friendly game of Frogger. As soon as we find the trail, it's over there. I see it. All right, after you turn left on this road, off the trail, across this little moor brook, and I think we turn right. Yeah, we turn right at this next road. The road's name is Cobble Road. Doesn't actually look like a cobblestone or any kind of cobbled road. It's just the name of it. Any fish? Don't see anything. All right, we'll go where that blue car just turned once we have a clear road here. There's a cool little bridge. Guess when this snow melts, when there's heavy rain, it gets pretty full here. So right now, don't have to have it, but appreciate it. Nice little ravine down through there. All right, let me climb up. Check out this view from Lion's Head. One of the last couple of peaks of Connecticut going north. Man, oh man, that's nice. All right, still heading north here. Summit of Bear Mountain's coming up, less than a mile. Fidge's Ravine, 1.7. It's going to take a little time to get there. Paradise Lane Trail, let's see. Summit of Bear Mountain closed to camping. Yeah, we know. Anyway, we head this way. Here's a view from almost at the top of Bear Mountain. Guessing those are all the mountains over here we've gone up today. Here's a little better view, a little higher up on Bear Mountain. You can see for a long, long way. All right, at the summit of Bear Mountain, there's a giant cairn kind of thing made here, artificially made. We'll climb up there in a second and get a nice view. I don't know if I can read this or if you can. This mountain marks the highest ground in Connecticut. Some number of feet, 2,000 something feet. I don't know. Can't read it all. All right, here's the view from the top of Bear Mountain. It's the highest point in Connecticut. That's where we're going next. All right, there's another big milestone besides the 1,500 miles. We finished 10 states now. right on the border here of Connecticut and Massachusetts. So as soon as we step over here, now we're Massachusetts and Connecticut is done and in the bag for fortune. So we have Massachusetts, Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine. That's it. There's some hard ones, but that's all that's left to do. I better take a picture of that sign too. I've walked by it just recording it, but I'll go back and take a picture for my own records. Anyway, 1,500 miles, so we have less than 700 miles and only 4 states left to do. Stay tuned. All right, coming up on Sage's Ravine, the beginning of it anyway. We're not doing the Paradise Lane Trail, I don't believe. Nope, we're going down the hill on the AT, right down that way. A beautiful little walk along Sage's Ravine here. Trail goes here. There's the campsites right over there. Looks empty right now, if that's where it's at. Somewhere over there. All the water you ever want, and more black flies than you can shake a stick at. Looks like we get to walk along the rocks along the shoreline here though. But it's gorgeous. There's a beautiful cut through the rocks here. I think Bob's gonna jump in. You see those bugs over there? Those are bugs, that's not water. That's what we're walking through. But it's gorgeous. And with the head net on, we're all right. Waterfalls everywhere you look. Here's a nice moment of zen. Alright, another 1.3 to a campsite, or another 4 or 5 to a shelter. I don't know, we'll see where we end up in Massachusetts today. First night sleeping in Mass this way. Well, we've decided to go up the race. That's the 4th, I think, big climb today. There may be a 5th one, we'll find out. But here's a view on the way up. Beautiful. Be a little different tomorrow, thunderstorms and rain most of the day. Trying to enjoy this clear day even though it's hot. All right, here's a little higher view on Mount Race. Still have another half mile of climbing, 0.6 miles of climbing. We're gonna be up there. It's gonna be one of the higher ones for a long time now. In the past, lots of taller and taller peaks as we go further and further north, of course. And right around the corner, even better views. Check this out. Right on the edge of a cliff too. There are some options for camping around here. Massachusetts, you have to stay at established sites. Another mile, 1.9 miles. There's 2 shelters, I think. I think that's what that is, Hemlocks and Glenbrook. And I'm not sure which way the trail, it goes down this way. This is Racebrook Falls. There's a campsite and everything down that way. We're going to decide right now. All right, we made the call. We're going to do the 5th big climb, and by far the hardest one at the end of the day here, from 19 to 21 miles for a day, something like that. Mount Everett. No, not Mount Everest. We didn't go to Nepal. Mount Everett. It's about a mile long, 700 feet straight up. It's less than a mile up, than a mile total. 700 feet straight up and then straight back down the other side with not really any views at the top. There are 2 shelters on the other side of that mountain, and with the rain coming tomorrow, might make more sense to do it while everything's bone dry. Although, you know, we're getting kind of tired, so got to go slow and careful so we don't get hurt on the mountain. But anyway, we're just getting to the bottom of this climb, and then we'll turn around and go straight back up. But Mount Race was beautiful. There's some amazing views. Long climb, but great views. All right, let's go find this. Let's go find Mount Everett. All right, Mount Everett summited. Might as well have been Mount Everest. Kicked my butt today. I don't know if you can read that, but I'll take a picture if not. 2,600 feet, straight up, all rocks. So Massachusetts definitely has rocks. I don't think they ever end. Like I said, till I get back on my sofa in Florida. Anyway, we got another mile to go to one of the 2 shelters that are real close to each other. And I'm heading that way now. Just took my last ibuprofen for the day. Thought I took it earlier, but I needed one more. Those rocks and my feet did not agree with each other. Anyway, it's beautiful up here. There's no real view from here. There's some side trail, I think, but I'm going to the shelter. It's going to be late enough and need to eat, and sleep. Bye. Here's a view from just north of Mount Everett, just as you start to come down. Black flies are eating me alive, so this is short. All right, you gotta use your imagination, but there's Mount Greylock. Might be the first big mountain that we've seen since the Shenandoahs. We'll hike over that in a day or two. Tell you more about it then. Gotta get running. Look at this view though. This is a Mount Everett viewpoint down below Mount Everett peak. Sorry, the black flies are horrendous, so hard to keep the camera steady. All right, getting close to the shelter. It's down this way, past there's a pond through the trees. I think we go by that, or a different pond, I don't know. And hang a right and be at the shelter before too long, maybe a quarter of a mile or so. All right, everyone, that's the wrap. That's almost the end of day 99. Got a little bit of setup to do, and of course, as soon as I hit play or record on here, ran into a water feature here. I'm trying to tiptoe through and not get my feet soaked right before bed. Anyway, it's about 6:30 in the evening. Coming up on Hemlock Shelter. I think they call them lean-tos here in Massachusetts. So it's the first night in Massachusetts. Hemlock Shelter. Hopefully there's some space. I'm supposed to sleep, I don't know, 10 or so. We'll see. It's pretty close to a parking lot. We'll see if there's any weekenders in there, or middle of the week, honestly, right now. But see if there's just any locals in there. That's 21, maybe 22 miles today. 5 real big climbs. 1 tick that didn't latch on yet. Get rid of that. 1,500 miles. Got Connecticut behind us. And got a first good day of hiking in Massachusetts. Yes, there are rocks, but we did cover some ground, and there's some steep stuff. So I'm beat. I think Bob's beat. It's time for dinner and sleep. My bag's still soaking wet, I'm sure, from the dew last night. And so the first thing to do is throw it out into the into the shelter or wherever I'm gonna sleep tonight, and see if it dries just a little bit before bed. And bed is like an hour from now. We'll see. Anyway, if there's anything I can show you, I will. There are 2 shelters within a tenth of a mile of here, of each other, but one of them's pretty far down a hill. So try for the bigger one, the first one, Hemlock. If it's just packed, then we'll go to the next one. Usually not a problem, but there have been a couple, as you've seen if you watched much of this. Occasionally there are shelters that are packed, and because of the potential for thunderstorms tonight and tomorrow, it may be more packed, which is also one reason I'd like to go into a shelter for tonight, in case it gets bad tonight. I don't think it's going to, but who the heck knows. So, all right, I got to put this veil back on and finish this last quarter mile and get some food. Talk to you later.